So you're thinking about homeownership. That's super exciting. There's a few things that we wanted to go over with you as you take a couple of steps towards it. The first is setting expectations about what homeownership is all about. If you think about it, one of the reasons why folks buy a home is to create a home. And that basically talks to the fact that people like to enjoy a certain lifestyle when they own that home. So when you envision the home you want to live in, think about what lifestyle you want. Secondly, owning a home also provides some great long-term wealth. And it's an amazing benefactor that we've seen many people enjoy over owning their home for years. But lastly, one of the reasons people get a little bit of a hiccup when they think about home ownership is all of the upkeep. You want to think about the responsibilities that come with upkeep and maintenance of the home over the long term. And that could be renovations, it could be basic maintenance, but it's something you want to keep in your mind as you move towards this decision. Next is the timeline to actually purchase a home. Here, to use a mortgage, it takes at least 30 days to close on a home. Now, that's sort of the typical time frame. If you decide to buy a home all in cash, you could probably close sooner, maybe in a few weeks. Well, you want to keep this timeline in mind. Now, this is also dependent on you finding a home that you like and a seller having that home ready to sell. And so typically you want to save more than 30 days in order to buy a home. The average, let's just say it's about 2 months or so. Lastly, you want to consider the costs that go into purchasing a home and then owning that home over the long term. So on purchasing the home, you want to consider the amount of down payment you can make towards a mortgage that you might get to purchase that home. And then number two, you want to consider the closing costs that are involved in purchasing it. Closing costs are made up of lender costs, attorney costs, and any prepaids or escrows. Lastly, in order to own the home over the long period, these are the monthly costs you're going to want to keep in mind. Number one is the mortgage that you'll pay on a monthly basis, which is made up of principal and interest. Number two are any taxes that the city or town requires you to pay. Number three, any home insurance, which is generally an annually paid amount, but you could also pay it over time. Number four are any utility bills you might have in providing energy in the home, such as gas and electric. And then number five, if you live in a condo, there might be an HOA fee. And this typically covers any exterior items in the homes, which is shared amongst all the condo owners. And number six, you should always create a budget for any maintenance. Just siphon off some money every month so that you can put that money towards any maintenance items that come up in the home. So to quickly summarize, home ownership is a very exciting thing to have, but there's a few things to keep in mind. Set your expectations about the type of lifestyle you want to have and how long you might want to live in this home. Keep in mind that if you're going to take the steps towards buying a home, what kind of timeline might come with that if you're trying to schedule it into your life. And then lastly, the costs that you want to be prepared to take on in owning that home.